All right, so you're getting ready to start your workout on the wall. So get yourself set up against the wall, heels together, toes apart, and zip up those inner thighs here. Pull the abs in and then alternating arms. Bring your one arm up overhead and then one other back down. Switching, trying to keep the back of the shoulder blades pressed up against the wall here. Keep going. Keep your core in tight and try to keep the hips nice and still. Now from here, have the palms face the wall and slide up and back down. The goal here is to try to keep the shoulder blades pressing down against the wall. And you can even tell in my own body that one side is a little bit higher up than the other. Ultimately, over time, you want to try to move them at the same time. Couple more, keep going. And now start to rotate the palms, have the palms face away from the wall and slide the hands up the wall and then back down. Press the shoulders down as you do so. Still keep the back of the rib cage pressed against the wall. Good, now we're gonna go into our nice little arm circles here. So keep the palms facing away from the wall. The shoulders are pressing back. Ideally, if you can keep the shoulders pressing down the entire time, that would be amazing. Then reverse, change directions. Shoulders are pressing away from the ears. Good, then slide your hands down the wall and back up. Yep, keep those palms facing away. Now, from here, you're going to start to adjust your feet about the width of your hips. And now you're going to start with your wall sit. You're going to come down and back up. So it's like a squat. And sometimes it takes a little bit to get settled into it. But you're going to sit down and come up. Ideally, you want to think about having a shirt that's going to be able to slide because you can get stuck in a few areas. But if you can keep your shoulders and your glutes pressed against the wall, that would be perfect. And also think about keeping the knees in line with the ankles. That's really, really important here too. Then you want to find that sweet spot because you may need to wiggle the feet closer together because we're getting ready to go into some unilateral work. So you're going to try to adjust, make sure the hips don't rotate as you slide up and down the wall. Doesn't matter which leg you want to start with. I started with my left out or off of the wall, so whichever one you want to start with, and just repeat that about 5 times and then switch. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit to kind of get settled into it. It might feel a little wiggly. It's like, especially if you have one side that's a little bit weaker than the other. It's okay. You just take your time, readjust, and get right back into it because you're a champ. And just remember to breathe. That's important here too. Good. And then switch again. And at any side that feels a lot weaker than the other, you definitely want to make sure that you hit that again. That's super important. And this is definitely one that I know I will work on, so I hope that you work on it as well. Good. Now from here, we're going to start with the raw roll down here. So in this position, you want to keep your glutes against the wall. And then you'll do some arm circles here. The arms move independently. And then after about 5, you reverse, change directions. And just allow the neck to hang heavy and keep the shoulders pressing down your back. Really trying to stretch the spine evenly and not just one side. And you want to do about 5 and then change directions and then you reverse in case you missed that. Then when you're ready, slowly articulate the spine up. Arms come up towards the ceiling here. You roll down, peeling off the wall as if you're peeling a banana. And start with your circles yet again. And then you reverse. Then you may change directions again. And then you'll change directions again. So like I said, you just want to do about 5 each way and then reverse. Then when you're ready, slowly peel the spine all the way up. Arms can follow. Bring the arms back out to a T. And now we're going to do some standing archival work with the wall. So you're just going to think about bringing your left knee towards your elbow here. So bring it up and back down. Trying to keep the hips nice and square. So you really have to think about pressing your pinkies into the wall. Really press them. That's going to help keep you upright. and then change directions. And again, same concept. You'll find one side is a little bit weaker than the other, and that's normal. You might need to adjust, find a little wiggle. But ultimately, you want to think about bringing the knee as close to the wall as possible. And it's something that's going to take time to build. And what this is going to do is going to build posterior strength, but also increase mobility in the hips. Okay, so go ahead and grab your weights here and then get yourself set up against the wall. Legs are going to be about the width of your hips, and really try to get your glutes and your shoulders pressed against the wall and make sure your feet are nice and sturdy. Then go right into your shoulder adduction here. So the arms up and down, up and down with your weights here. So now we're just intensifying the movements here a little bit more. And again, try to keep the shoulders nice and square. Now bicep curl. Keep a little bit of space between your waist and your elbows here, just about an inch or so. And we're just going to do 5. Everything is going to be in the power of 5. Now hammer curl. Just turn the weights inward and then bend and straighten the arms. Just redefining those anterior delts. Now we're going to go right into our little mini pec fly here. So you're going to bring the arms out and then squeeze on the way in, squeezing the chest, squeezing the pecs. Weights will come out in front of your thighs. Keep it going. Don't stop. Shoulders back. Now from here, let's go right into your alternating hammer curl here. But you're going to hold on to the edges of your weights here to make it a little bit more dynamic. And also a little bit triceps here too. If you want more triceps, just press your elbows against the wall a little bit more. You have a couple more. Good. Now from here, bring the arms out in front of you, bend and straighten the arms just 5 times. Keep the elbows and the shoulders in a good alignment. Good. And then from here, you're going to go into a different variation now. Getting yourself nice and settled. We're going to do bug. So you're going to hinge at the hips and then bring the arms out wide and then slowly bring it in. Arms out wide and slowly bring it in. So you really want to think about squeezing the chest here. Weights come out in front of you. You're working the back muscles and the chest. Slowly articulate the spine up. Now come off the wall, turn to your side, bend your knees, and hinge forward for boxing. Straighten your right arm out in front, your left arm behind you, and hold. And then switch. And you want to keep the core nice and tight and really stretch the weight away from your body here, getting that nice pull in both directions. One more. Perfect. Now from here, bring the weights out in front of you, a nice little bicep curl quickly, and then you're going to do your tricep kickback. So you're going to bend the arms, fling the arms back, flick the wrist, and then bring the arms back in front of you, bend, and then straighten the arms back, flick the wrist. Bring it in front, bend. I know a lot of choreography, but super effective. Flick the wrist, and then bring it back. Bend, swing the arms back, flick the wrist, and again. Now from here, just do a basic tricep kickback. Keeping the elbows pulled in, wrists are facing each other. Feel free at any moment to pause the video if you need time to get nice and settled. And then hold it, and then release. Slowly articulate this. All right, now you are all set. Put your weights down, and I hope that you enjoyed that. You're a rock star. Rock on.